Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being on the session on a Sunday morning. It's a nice rainy Sunday morning, and today, of course, this is the 11th episode I'm doing after almost 1.5 month break because we all had the comrades, and then just as workouts and running took a break, I thought these sessions should also take a break. But then today we thought that at least I thought last week that we should now kickstart these sessions, and what better way to give it a start than have three lovely ladies with me today. Three who have been distance runners for some time in their lives, more than 5-7 years, each of them having accomplished major milestones. I guess would be running more than 2,000 kilometers a year, broadly 1,500 to 2,000, having run many ultras, full marathons, and of course, having run the Comrades this year. And Sonali has run it total 3 times now. And first for Sujata and second for Shilpa. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, second for Shilpa. She did a back to back. So the idea being, let us kickstart with these three accomplished runners, and so we talk a lot more about, of course, comrades, and also uh, get more women runners inspired to run the comrades. So, Sonali, Shilpa, and Sujata, what we'll try and do today is, of course, we talk about comrades and the effort that goes, but also about how is it more different, or more what is it that a female runner needs to do differently to make comrades easier. I don't really want to make it more say bring it out about that comrades is a lot more difficult, but what is it that you girls do differently to make comrades an easier race? And why is it that a lot more women who are on the call today, session today, and who will probably hear, watch this later, we got to give them the comfort, right? That comrades is a very doable race. I always say that, and I strongly believe it is easier than doing a sub 4 full marathon, or probably easier than doing a 350 full marathon. But clearly, so we talk about that. Just before we do that, I'll just give all of you a brief 1 minute to talk about yourself and more about your running journey and running careers. And then we kind of kick off from there, right? So, Sonali, you want to go first? Just tell a bit about you as a runner, you as a professional, and yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a physician by profession, and yes, and a runner by passion. I started my running journey somewhere in 2018, and one by one things came into place. Comrades was never on my bucket list, or I had never thought of it. Accidentally, one full marathon, I got qualified, and then my friends and family started insisting, "Why don't you go in for Comrades?" Like, what is Comrades? I didn't even know. I had a lot of apprehensions, but yes, many people did guide me, including you, Prashant Modi, Hari sir, Satish Gujran, my own coach, Dr. Ajit Oak, Dr. Anand Patil. And these all people, they all made it sound that yes, Comrades is easy and doable. And yes, it is easy and doable. So after one Comrades, I said, okay, let me go for the second one and do the back to back. After that, that something is there in Durban that keeps on calling me back, and I went for my third also. Though I'm not a down run person, but I did go for the up run also, and
Mm.
it's one of the best ultras with the max. I mean, I have not seen such support anywhere in the world in any other races as it is in Comrades. It's one of the most beautiful runs, and one should do it. And as you said, sub 4 marathon, I will say, in fact, qualifying for Comrades is much tougher than completing the Comrades marathon. For many, qualifying is also tough, but then once you're qualified, you can do Comrades very easily. That's not a
Yeah. So it's a
difficult.
rare thing you say that your family insisted you run the comrades.
Yeah.
That generally does not happen. It is the other way. But for you, that crossing that bridge seemed much easier.
Right.
Okay, thanks for that. Shilpa, you want to kind of go?
So hi everybody. Basically, I am a gynecologist, and I live in a city called as Sangli. Many of you may not be having any idea where is it exactly located. So it is around 1 hour from a famous city called as Kolhapur. and say around 5 hours from Pune and 9 hours from Mumbai. So basically, my difficulty level was to find a group or to find the coach who can guide me for the race. Basically, I was into triathlon and I was preparing for my Goa Ironman in 2019. So during that time, one of my friend now, Dr. Sachin Udgave from Sangli. So he was the first one to complete Comrades in 2019. So during that time, I just came across this word. Never in my life I imagined that I'll be running or completing that race in my future. But now later on in 2020, I started enjoying this long runs and ultra runs. And then I give it a thought that I should go for this Comrades preparation. But the bad patch was 2 years of COVID. And there was no run, there was no qualifier, and even I was not very sure whether Comrades are going to take place. So after 2022, they finally had that 2 years gap and they finally did that 2022 Congress. Then I decided that 2023, I am going for it. So again, the problem was I was all alone and there was no one to guide. There was nobody to run along with me. So that was my first thing. I decided whatever I'm going to do, let it be alone. That is going to make me tougher because if you're running alone, that is the scariest part when you're going for a long run. I started my journey, but luckily, two fellows from Sangli joined me later for last year, Amit and one more Dr. Indalkar sir. This year, Indalkar sir could not participate, but again, Amit, he was my running buddy. And we, did all the practice run together. So it was like a major help. And as madam also said, like it is not impossible. See, if I'm saying I can run Comrades, anybody can run Comrades because I'm from an emergency branch. My schedule is absolutely unpredictable. Anytime I have to leave my run in between, and I don't know when my next run is going to be. And last year I had a major knee injury. So in spite of that, I could finish last year and again back to back this year. So I'm saying if I can complete, anybody can complete. That is for sure.
Yeah, so I'm sure now looking at you, a lot of your fellow runners and colleagues, etc., from Sangli or nearby locations would definitely give it a shot, right? Because I remember when I did my first one in 2015, seeing me finish, a lot of my fellow runners that striders thought, "Abhi ye kar sakta hai, to hum bhi kar sakte hain." And suddenly, next year we had like 12 of us attempting the Comrades again, right? So sometimes you just need someone to trigger that confidence, and which I'm sure this time you seem to have done that at Sangli, and hopefully you will send across a lot more of runners. And now, of course, the locals have you to guide and mentor in some form and shape, right? Which you didn't have at your time, probably. Yes, Sujata, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Kashyap. I think this is a great opportunity, for the fellow runners to say that they can do Comrades and they can encourage others also to get into Comrades. Yeah, I'm Sujata and I've done my PhD in psychology and I'm working as a HR head in Aditya Birla Capital for our insurance business. So I have busy schedule. Like if Dr. Sonali and Shilpa have nobody to run, we have traffic here which keeps us busy at least 4 hours on the road. And then our traveling schedule. With all that, we know that we have to work extra hard. Luckily, what helped us is I just requested my husband that I somehow need a coach, but I had a lot of preconditions. I said our workout has to start at 5 in the morning. It has to end by 7 because I have to leave home by 7:45. So, and that is how, he found through his professor, we found Amit sir. And like, honestly, like other ladies here, I never knew anything about running. I did not know what is pace. I did not know what a kilometer actually looks like. I don't know what was elevation. I just said I want to run because my CEO was a fitness freak and he was from Standard Chartered Bank. So they were sponsoring the marathon. And when he joined us, he said, "What's your pace?" I was wondering, what is this man talking about pace? I don't know anything. And it took 5 years for me to say, let me attempt. So, women probably, when I started running 1 kilometer, I thought it's by fluke. Then I did another kilometer, I still bet saying it's fluke. So, we probably beat ourselves saying, no, we are able to run. So it took for me when one of my colleagues said, I was telling my colleague I want to participate in Tata Mumbai Marathon, 21 kilometers. He said, ma'am, ab se nahi hoga. I said, why? He said, 21 kilometers. How many kilometers did you run till now? I said, 2, 3. He said, nahi, ma'am, nahi hoga. Then for the next 3 months, I would just get up in the morning and run. I was so stupid that I did run. And once I finished my 17 kilometers, I sent him the screenshot first. I said, ho gaya, I want to participate. And of course I did. After that, I couldn't walk. That is when I realized I'm doing the worst blunder by not understanding. I never bothered to look at the route. I never bothered to, do cooling, stretching, nothing. And that's how I found the coach. And then I started running. And of course, when I did, I never knew a word about comrades till Amit sir, he did his comrades. And then this looked so fancy, it is not possible. So I wrote off that in my mind. And then when I did my full marathon, like all other ladies here, he said, tu kar sakti hai. I said, nahi hoga, sir. Then he made me do 12 hours. And then 12 hours that time during COVID was, I think, 60 kilometers you had to cut off. Then came 24 hours. Very well, he explained. See, you 12 hours, you had to do 60, you did 72. And for 100 kilometers, for full 24 hours, you should only 100 kilometers. He said, another 40 can't you do in 12 hours? He said, ho jayega shayad. I did, some 143, 144. Then he said, you should do comrades. I said, very nicely, he tracked me and I got into the trap. And I'm here, with all the apprehensions and the way I connected. Of course, family support was very important. My sister, I think she's joined, my husband who's joined, and my brother, they just stood like pillars for me. Exactly for a woman, when you need the maid is not there. So my husband had to take care of my nutrition every single day. And that's how I participated, Kashyap.
So yeah, I mean, it is great, right? I mean, what comes out, at least the common theme is that all of you somehow have started running as a hobby, as a profession, not more than 5-7 years ago, and very soon you have moved on from very small distances to a half marathon, a full marathon, and jumping to absolutely long distances, right? By any yardstick, 80, 90, 100 kilometers are long distances. And it just tells us, right, that a human body is capable of a lot more. It is just that you got to put your mind to it and tell the body to do the right things. And then these achievements follow. There is a method to this madness, as you said, right? You just can't simply go and keep running without knowing anything.
Yeah.
But thankfully, today the ecosystem around running, around fitness is far more developed in India, and we have a lot more knowledge, awareness, training, everything available to make our journey relatively easier. And irrespective of, right, Shilpa stays in Sangli and she has no one to train with her, but eventually she found someone, right? So the running community, as it grows, I'm sure a lot of runners across the country will find their running buddies to train with them. Coaches, as you found, Amit, eventually you will find the right coaches, and that is when the journey becomes more easier, and that is where the potential for all of us as runners to run better races, right? So great. I mean, it is just very inspiring to know that what all in 5-7 years, I mean, all of you have run a distance which is like, wow. Okay, by, as I said, comrades is a doable race, but it requires application of mind and effort, right? So let's then dwell a bit on training, and what is it that differently you do, right, as a female runner, in terms of mileage, strengthening, which makes this kind of race possible for you. I mean, we'll again kickstart with Sonali. I mean, just a bit on your on your training regime.
Yeah. So I trained under Dr. Satish Gujran sir, and yes, focus was on mileage. But then apart from it's not only mileage, but I think strength training also.
Yeah.
And the way I was guided, that it's not necessary that you have an 1 hour session of strength training. As and when you get time, He always used to suggest, if you're talking on the phone, maybe you can do a wall sit and speak to your whomever you're speaking to on the phone, or whenever you have time, do squats, do lunges, beach mein, whenever you have time. So as a doctor, whenever I used to have time in between two patients, so at least I used to keep myself active by not sitting in one place, maybe just climb up and down the staircase or something. And staircase workout is one thing which really helped me. I stay on the sixth floor, so at least once or twice a day I try and attempt that I climb up the stairs. And it's basically, you need to train smartly than train more. Training more leads to just injury. So last year, just pre comrades, I had a major injury, and I knew that injury was there in my long run. But still, I stood at the start line of comrades, with a risk that I may not finish it, but with the grace of God. And yes, my running partner was there, and we both ran together and we finished together, with including the seconds. Our timing is the same. So me and Dhananjay took the exact stops, pit stops, wherever we wanted when we finished it. But after that, I was in plaster for around 6 weeks. Then I had to again train myself. And in October, I started running. But believe me, this year I did only smart training. I just limited my mileage. I kept focus more on breathing. I kept focus on heart rate based aerobic base building. And I did aerobic runs a lot. And that really helped me in the up run. So this year mileage was less, but I focused more on my strength training. And rest and recovery is equally important. Unfortunately, in Mumbai, we spend a lot of time in traveling. We don't retire early to bed. We try to retire, but somewhat the lifestyle is such that we don't sleep early, and then we don't get the proper 6 hours sleep also. 6 hours sleep मिल गया तो भी बहुत बड़ी बात हो गई है. So somewhere, training smartly is the key to it. And hence it's a very doable race, but you just have to focus on what needs to be done, what are your weak points. Focus more on your lower body strength, your glutes, your core muscles, your legs. And that's where my focus was, and it helped me. And staircase workout was something which I really focused on. I increased my rest days to 2 days from 1 day. So I reduced my running days from 4 days to 3 days. And in my case, that helped me this year in the long up run.
Yeah. So the point about training smartly, right? I think that's very, very valid and makes a lot of sense now. And especially now we have so much experience, right? I keep harping on that so many of us have now done comrades, all the big trainers in the circuit, right? Like an Amit or a Satish, or even for that matter, Ashnath. They have done comrades. They know what it takes, and hence training effectively and smartly just makes our journey easier and the race a lot more possible, right? So Shilpa, you did not have a coach there at Sangli, right? So what did you do, and how did you kind of train yourself to run the comrades? You're on mute. Shilpa, you're on mute.
Sir, I was very lucky to have Dr. Sachin Udgave, sir, who has already done back-to-back comrades. So first thing I did is I went and I sat with him, and I realized exactly what is the race, because I was totally unaware. So I took notes almost for 50 pages, and still I carry those notes with me because I wanted to prepare not only physically but mentally also. And he was so good in narrating. So sometimes, some point of time, I really felt like I'm there and I'm experiencing that entire comrade's race through his eyes, like Sanjay in Mahabharata. So then I started my preparation. I made my mind clear, and then I started preparation, like last year's preparation. I was novice. So I just followed the seniors saying that mileage, 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 and mileage. So yeah, last year I was like crossing 250, 300, 350 per month. But ultimately I landed up in a major injury. And that was kind of an injury. I needed MRI. And also I had to undergo some surgical procedure on my knee twice. At the end of April, I was not able to walk also. And the race was in June. So it was hardly 2 months from the race. And I could hardly walk. So everybody's like, just forget about comrade this year. You can try next year. But I started my preparation in month of August, and till date it was going so smoothly. And I kept following every mileage, scheduled, and every run plans and everything. And I was not ready to quit. So I was lucky to have my father, my brother, and my brother-in-law all were ortho, and they all suggested me for some injection that is called as platelet-rich plasma injection. So that I took in my knee. So praying that it will help me for my pain-free run, because that was my major issue. After that, it didn't help me. So finally, again, with the senior suggestion, I took one steroid injection in my knee. And with that injection, I could finish my 65-kilometer last practice run at Lavasa. That was with Satish Gujran sir. And with little pain, around 50% reduction in my pain threshold, I could finish 65 kilometers. I was very nervous, because everybody told me that if you're starting the race with injury, chances of success is only 20 to 30%, because you're having a major knee injury. So I thought, like, anyways, I have booked my tickets, I have registered everything, I have flight, I have everything with me. So what else I'm going to lose? Nothing. If I'm not finishing my race, I'll have DNF, but at least I'll have the experience, and next year I can improvise. So last year, I just went like, I'll start the race and go through the race, whatever it is coming in my way, and I'm just going to let it, just flow, whatever it is coming in my way. And luckily, that all the treatment plans, which worked out really fantastically on the race day, and I had no pain after almost like 2 months. I ran the race without pain, and that happiness was all over my face. All my pictures were so beautiful, because that pain-free run, which was my aim, or which was my dream, that came to reality on the race day. So I could finish in 9:55, which I never expected in my entire preparation plan. And I was very lucky to have that. And that built a lot of confidence. And so this year I was very smart. I never ran behind the mileage. I just followed the signs by my body. Whenever I felt I'm tired, I skipped a few of my runs. Whenever I feel I'm having little pain at my knee, I, just postponed my running plan. And this year it was absolutely just injury-free running. No pain during all my preparatory run, and lot of strength training. As the madam also explained, 3 or 4 days a week I had run, and 2 or 3 days session, which was like complete strength training, TheraBand training, and all those body weight training parts. One day I used to go for upper body, shoulder, and core. One day I used to go for my lower body and lower back. And one day I used to be going for something like a cross training. So either I go for swimming, or I go for cycling, or anything other than running. So that helped me a lot. And I was injury free. The best part is next day morning, you get up and there is no pain. You go to breakfast without limping. So that was my goal for this preparation for this year. So this worked fantastically, and I'm very happy about that.
Great. So that's pretty inspiring, right? First, the last year, I mean, you had to go through that surgery, and even then, just because you decided to not give up, you had all your family and friends to guide you, support you, push you, and eventually you managed to finish the race and finish the race well. And of course, next year you learned from your last year's experience, and a much smarter and effective training regimen to run a better comrades. I mean, 9:55 is a great time for a down run, and clearly even this year also I think you finished some 10:20, right? 10:18, 10:20. Yeah, that itself is a great finish this year as well. So I mean, you're far more capable than you make it out to be, Shilpa. So I think we just hope to see you a lot more on at longer distances. But yeah, strength training helps, and this repeatedly comes out in every conversation that I have with runners now, and especially most of us are 40 plus, right? And as we age, strength training becomes more necessary and important. And you're saying that you could skip one day of run so that you reduce a bit on the mileage, but the focus on strength and strengthening the lower body, core, upper body, that matters, and that is important. I think it's a good know. It's a good to know for everyone, and we all who are distance runners or athletes or amateur athletes should strength train on a regular and consistent basis to be more effective and efficient runners. Right. So Jata, you have a different story. Right, considering the way you started your introduction. So how did it go for you, and what really made you cross over the hump?
First thing was I underwent my hysterectomy just couple of years back. And when my, gynec, she said that we'll be administering anesthesia. She said, what thoughts are running on your mind? I said, I want to start running on this road. That was the Pedder Road. She had a clinic. She said, you're crazy. I said, no, I'm not crazy. But then, Kashyap, when after my anesthesia effect, I recovered very, very fast. The next day, I think that evening I started working. Next day, she said, I'll send my physio so that she'll help you walk. I said, yeah, send the physio and I'll help her walk. It was that confidence I had. I said, I want to get back to running. She said, 8 weeks rest and don't put on weight. And then I'm sure you can do everything. That's confidence she gave. But what I realized, Kashyap, unfortunately, we don't have data to substantiate what, especially for women runners, we don't have anything. So it is through a lot of research, through a lot of experiments, trial, error, injuries, women learns. And women after 50, the changes that she undergoes is at a very different level, extremely different level. So, even today I have my hot flashes and night sweats. So I think, through a lot of research, I now know what works and what doesn't work. I wish we should be documenting and women should come together. So immediately after my surgery, in I think couple of months, I did my 12-hour run. And for the Tata Mumbai Marathon, I just requested, Kevin, I said, why don't you call a gynecologist, a nutritionist, and, a sports physician, so that for women especially, let's have a session so that somebody will 360-degree address, it can't just be a silo gynec or a physio or a nutritionist. We arranged that session. That was my first learning. Then last year, one of my fellow runner, Rakesh Garg, he completed his comrades. He gave us a party. So I innocently went there. And then after cutting the cake, he gave on board. I'm future comrades was written on that. And he asked me to pick that up. And in front of so many people, I had to pick up and say, I'm a future comrades. My heart really sank. I don't know what I was getting into. And after that, you want to do it. Women have that grit and determination. I have to do it. So I started my long runs, and I had, luckily, because of these ultras and long distance running, my endurance was definitely not an issue. The issue for women, at least for me at this age of 54, I think, with the menopausal effect, managing your weight is very, very difficult. So I had to go to a nutritionist. I had to follow to that T. And unfortunately, my work schedules are pretty long and travel. And Murphy's Law, Kashyap, works exactly for me and me alone. This Jan, I was transferred to another business. Can you beat it? So Jan, Feb, March is the planning and budgeting session. April and May is your appraisal season. So 5 months of intense training is equal to 5 months of me learning in that new business. I had to figure my way out. I had to speak to my colleagues. They're very, very, I think one of my colleagues also I saw, they were very, very helpful. But that means I have to work extra hard. I think women have to work 1.5 times more than a man and need 1.5 times more rest than a man. That's how the anatomy is. So I managed on my mileage also. So I would get up in the morning 3:45, do my mileage, and 3 days the gym, or 2 days I would go to the gym, finish my long runs, finish the gym, hit back work. And travel means the first thing that would go into my suitcase was the running shoes and running gears. So if I have to travel, I'll plan to travel in the evening so that my morning mileage will not get impacted. I will not take the morning first flight, then I will lose my running. You have to figure out ways and means. Sometimes one Saturday, I remember Amit sir said Lonavala mein practice run hai. And on that Saturday, I had to work in Goregaon office till 5 o'clock in the evening. So I requested my fellow runner at Sanpada. I said, get me dal khichdi. We ran. I mean, he got dal khichdi, went straight to Lonavala, took a couple of hours rest, and we did our 50 kilometers or something. You have to figure your way out. My kids know that after 10 o'clock, whether I sleep or no, I am on the bed by 10 o'clock. They don't call me at 10. They're so sweet. They sacrifice everything. It is usually kids are busy and mother is free. Here, mother is always busy and they had to take appointment to get in touch. But they knew this 5 months is something without guilt I lived for myself, Kashyap. Women, no? We feel very guilty to think, how can I say no to my kid? How can I say no to my family?
I said, this 5 months, it's okay. While I had marriages at home, everything, I still managed my mileage. And I did not feel guilty that I'm living for myself or I'm really not bothered about checking everything. So it's okay for a woman to say, yes, I want to live for myself. It is okay for a woman to seek out help. I ran with my fellow runners. Each person would give one tip. And today I've consolidated that tip and said, if today a woman wants to run, probably I can tell her these things will work for you. Why don't you explore these things? We need to document this, Kashyap. Otherwise, so much of tacit knowledge, it should not go waste.
Yeah. No, fine. So I hear you. I think just as the ecosystem for running or is far more evolved and experienced for men, probably for women it is not that evolved, right? So clearly, you all have to bell the cat. We can, I mean,
Yeah.
especially in this case, right? We can, of course, we are always there. I mean, today, thankfully, in our running community, we really don't make a distinction between a male and a female runner when running on the road. It is completely gender agnostic. But yes, you got to bell the cat on this one and bring all you female runners together on common forums and platforms so that all this knowledge sharing can happen. Three lovely runners who ran the comrades with me. I'm telling her to run the comrades 20 years, 15 years later.
She will.
It'll just ensure that I stay
Next
fit
generation
by
comrades
then, till then. Right? But I agree, Sujata. We got to do that, and you women have to speak up, right? You women have to share. You women have to talk. I actually, as you know the data, right? Only 10 to 12% of runners in long distances are females, 10, 12, 15, which is a smaller percentage. In half marathons is much larger, then it drops in full, and in ultras it drops further. But it's not that women are not capable runners, right? All you women are far more capable runners. It's just that you don't want to take the plunge. A lot of female runners I talk to, it's just a mental barrier, right? Can I do it? Will I be able to do it? Should I do it? It's more like that. But I'm sure as we have more and more, we will see a lot more of you on the road. And clearly, the aspect of managing time and balance at work-life balance, giving time for running, I think for men it's relatively easier. I'll take care of myself and I'm done. I'm working and I'll take care of myself and I'm done. That is the mindset. I mean, I'm just being honest. But for a female runner, probably it's not like that, right? Especially all three of you, when you're working, there's a professional life, there is running, and there is also family who looks up to you, right? Because in a lot of families, the female is the engine. She is the engine and she holds everyone together and puts everything in place, which just makes it a lot more challenging. So let me just talk to Sonali a bit on that. Sonali, how, in terms of mindset, temperament, right? What is it differently that you would want a female runner to do based on your experience, right? So that, I mean, they just do longer distances better.
So basically, female runners don't need to have a different mindset. They are very much determined, and they're much stronger than the male, counterparts. So if you tell them, you have to do a 21 kilometers, this is your plan. They don't even need an alarm for it. They will wake up on their own. You compare it with men and women are always more determined. Right from school days, we have been seeing that if a homework is given, the percentage of girls finishing the homework is much higher than the boys finishing their homework. Boys tend to forget it, or they will not do it.
Boys are distracted.
So girls are sincere right from the childhood times only, I'll see. So that way girls are very much mentally determined. Everything is there. The only thing that they feel is a challenge, what I feel, is how will they be able to manage work life balance. So for there, I feel that they need to sit and speak with their family members. Somewhere they have to take the family members into confidence and try to explain them it's just a matter of 5 months. Talk to your husband, spouse, kids, and make them a part of it. maybe come and discuss with your child. That's what I do with my daughter, that this was what the distance was and this is how I ran. And maybe at sometimes she can come and support me. I try, but although she's not keen into sports, so she will not come and support me. But initially when I was practicing for my stadium run, she used to come and sit there at least,
Mm.
and just cheer me, click a few
Mhm.
photographs so that I get motivated. So that's how it is. I feel that involving the family is very much important. Otherwise, yes, it is a challenge. It's a challenge for me also, because I have to leave my house at 7:45, and I have to finish my run by 7 o'clock. So before that, I have to cook, I have to finish my run and then start. So my day starts
Wow.
as early as 4 o'clock in the morning. In
Wow.
fact, earlier than that. But being a doctor, yes, I do get that privilege of taking a short nap somewhere in the afternoon where there are no patients. We do have that. I think Shilpa will
Mm.
agree, although Shilpa has a different schedule altogether. But then that short nap is there. So we women basically are very strong, even if it means 90 kilometers. We are determined. Yes, we will finish it. The only thing is that, yes, physically, maybe the anatomy is such that we need a longer recovery period. We need to practice more, but what helps us most is our strong willpower. And
Yeah.
we are very disciplined and determined. If thing is that we make things happen, we will adjust it even if the mate doesn't come at the last minute. I mean, we have that capability, so we just need that initial push. And I think most of my friends here who have joined are very much capable of it. They actually do much better than me in full marathon. I don't know what is stopping them to do the ultra marathon.
Mm.
It's just a matter of few months. TMM you do in January, Tata Ultra most of you do it in February. Uske baad March, April, May, 3 long runs hai, and that's always on a weekend. So
True.
if you do those 3 runs, and in Mumbai at least we are blessed with a lot of hills. I stay close to national park, so national park has hills. But then Thane Yeur has hills, Parsik is there, Kharghar is there. Those people living in South Mumbai have Malabar hills. Then to flyovers to hai hi hai. So we are blessed and we can do it. It's
Mm.
just that थोड़ा सा सेल्फ बिलीफ चाहिए that you
Yeah.
can do it. And कहीं पर वो फियर ऑफ फेलियर नहीं होना चाहिए. Many people say that अरे इतना खर्चा करके जाओगे कॉमरेज में, and what if you don't finish? अरे you had the guts to start. You had the
Yeah.
guts to
Yeah.
finish 70-80 kilometers. It's not easy.
Mm.
It's not easy.
Yeah. I think the
Standing on the start line and wearing that Indian t-shirt, and with that all, and the moment where the people keep on saying, Sonali, you have not come this far to walk. When I hear that from the locals, then I realize, no, I have capability and I can run. So if
Mm.
I can, why can't the others run?
Yeah, yeah.
And yes, it is difficult for us as women, as we reach our menopause. We have a lot of changes in our body. We increase weight. There are a lot of flushes during the runs also. Those all
Yeah.
challenges are there, but we are much, much stronger than that. And I think maybe sometimes in the future, Kashyap, you can arrange a session with Shilpa is a gynecologist. She can guide us female runners, how to take
Absolutely.
care of our health, and especially as we reach menopause, how to tackle it with running. Because with menopause, our bone density decreases, calcium absorption decreases, and then we need to focus more on that diet and nutrition also, with keeping our weight also under control.
We'll do that. That's a good idea and good suggestion. We can have a exclusively women only session hosted by a gynecologist like Shilpa, or anyone else for that matter, who can really help you all try to at least make it easier, right? So Shilpa, you being in Sangli, was it a little different in terms of temperament to train alone or find just one buddy to train, your work schedules? How did you manage it?
As Sonali ma'am correctly said, that basically, even though physically may not be a woman may not be equal to a man, but definitely mentally we are stronger. So basically, if we decide we are going to do that, we will put 200% of effort, and the determination is not a problem. As you correctly said, we live in an area which is absolutely flat. So to reach to some area which is hilly, we need to travel at least 1.5 hours, because
Wow.
otherwise we'll not be able to get that hilly training part. We have only one flyover in Sangli, and every alternate day run we are running on the flyover. Other than that, we don't have any hill nearby. So whenever we have to plan a run or a practice hill run, we have to travel 1.5 hour, reach there, get that running thing done, and come back the equal distance. So that was a major difficulty. We had a small hill called as the Dandoba Hill, and which is like a wildlife sanctuary. So all the wild animals around, and we used to disturb them. Extremely sorry for wildlife, but there was no other way. We used to start our run at 3 o'clock, midnight, and we used to finish by 8 o'clock. So it was like kind of a wildlife sanctuary area. Little wild animals also came across the road. So we used to be, little, what do you say, a little vigilant about what you are coming across. We used to have a driver to follow through the entire path, at least till the night portion is over. So that way we used to run. Other than that, we used to have that long run, 3 or 4 major runs. That was either on Lonavala or Lavasa or Kas Ultra, and even Satara route, we did it 3 times for that hill practice. So that was not a major issue because we have road support, we have safety measures, we have a lot of running buddies and all the hydration points and everything. So whenever we had those long runs, we made sure that we end up in some of the other major events. So road support was not a major issue and safety was not a problem. So we were lucky to have 50 kilometers Lonavala, then Kas 65 kilometers and 150 kilometer Satara hill practice, which was arranged by Shiv Spirits, Shiv Yadav sir. And he was very, open to us, even though we are not part of his training session. He was more than happy to allow us to join his practice session. So that way we could finish 50 kilometers. We took that Satara hill portion, 21 kilometers, 3 times. So that was a good hill practice for us. And Shiv Spirit Sir's group, and also on the day of practice, we had the group of those runners who were practicing for Satara Hill Marathon. Okay. So it was like fellow runners all around, and it was like, some festivity going on, something like a mini comrade session for us. So that way we were very lucky. One more thing, as you correctly said, sir, only 10 to 12 or 15% runners are female. One part I totally agree, because being a gynecologist, I come across all kind of, girls or women coming to my OPD, and major portion is family support. Many of the communities, they don't allow a girl or a lady to go for exercising sessions, walks, runs, gym sessions. So that number, whatever you're saying, that is a reflection of a society support or a family support also.
No, of course, clearly without family support, it is just, it is necessary, as much necessary as your mental makeup. And the thing that all 3 of you bring out is that where there is a will, there is a way. You will find a way to manage your schedule, busy schedule. You'll find a way to cook food early in the morning. You will find a way to find the hills, even though they are 1 hour away. But you will find it and do it, right? That's what focus helps us to do, right? Because you're focused on a comrade and you want to train for a comrade, you will try to do everything together, and so that your journey towards the goal is not impacted adversely. And that's the beauty about focusing on a goal, right? And that's what human mindset does. So we have spoken about the training part or the mental makeup and why things are a bit different and bit more challenging for women as distance runners, right? So we'll use the next 10-15 minutes to talk about comrades, as in why do you girls think it's a beautiful race, and probably, as I strongly believe, it's a race most of us should do, most long distance runners should do at least once in their lifetime, not more, if not more, and just the experience at comrades, right? So we'll go with Sujata, who's done only one, and then we'll just roll it back to 1, 2, and 3. Sujata, what was your experience, and why do you feel the race is just an awesome one?
See, first thing, like what Shilpa and Sonali were saying, women are determined. They said comrades is grueling. It is one of the toughest human race. So when you say it is tough, I think we want to challenge what is toughness, because we are ready to work hard. I believe Kashyap in Excel sheet. So I would have, Amit sir would have given us a mileage long runs in Jan itself. That was on one side. Office meeting was on the other side. Murphy's Law perfectly works for me. I would always have a clash. In this, I have to find a solution. I cannot crib, I cannot complain, because I've signed up. I've taken color printouts of the uprun and I would every day visualize that. And then, Rakesh Gar, we sat CAS Ultra 65. When we did a CAS Ultra 65, we superimposed that timings on this elevation. The reason why at least as a woman I wanted to do is gender and age is no barrier for anyone if you're determined. I have to establish to myself. And if I, at the age of 54, with all these menopausal problems, if I can run, I'm sure women can do full marathons and comrades easily. It is only the training which is very tough. It will really challenge you as a person, but it changes you as a person. And then I started reading I started watching a lot of videos on comrades and the feeling that you're going to hold your national flag. I think I would only visualize and live for that one moment that I'm going to hold the national flag. So I can't let my country down as a, feeling that I had to myself. I can't let women across the globe down. We can do it. So all you need is that grit, that determination, and those 3 months, it takes you out. But it's a purpose that you want to fulfill in your life. And for me, as I told you, I just qualified by a whisker. 4 hours, 48 minutes, 10 seconds. That is, so somewhere I was scared. Did it happen again by fluke? Now, even if it has happened by fluke, I will do everything what my coach will say. I will listen to what the nutritionist will say. I would do my dry needling, but I will do it. I had given everything. There was nothing that I had kept for myself saying that probably I did not do this. And inside, I was very sure, yes, I will do it. I was not sure of my timings. So for a woman who is determined and who's saying it's grueling, it is toughest, she wants to do it, to say all women can do it. So that sense of achievement is the best thing that you can ask for yourself, and it's the most memorable moment that we will carry for the rest of the life. And the celebrations are on. It's more than a month.
Yeah, I'm
Somebody
seeing
is
that.
congratulating you. Somebody is writing a mail to you. Somebody wants your advice. It's a great moment that we want to cherish for life.
Yeah. It's as if the training and the pain is temporary.
Yeah.
But this glory is going to be permanent for you.
बंद का होते हैं it's no.
So yeah, Shilpa, you tell us why have you come again for the second time, and why? I mean, what is your experience and at the race?
So basically, first it was the historic aspect of this run. So when I went through the entire part, it is 103 years old marathon, and globally, all the elite runners they participate. It is like Kashi and Makkah for all those runners. So I wanted to do that for sure. First time, I was not very sure whether I'm going to complete that because all the runs that I had that was painful runs. So I wanted to do that pain free this time. First experience me running the comrades was like there is a lot of support for all the Indian runners, especially the one which Dr. Sonali is wearing. So we run in that tricolor, and you have a huge support over there. They just scream India, India, and especially for girls, they're like, yes, girl, you can do it, and they're very supportive. Even they announce or call your name also, which is written on your bib, and all the fellow runners are all around you, around 25,000 runners. They are all the way throughout the race, of course. You don't feel lonely. The household is on both the sides of roads, and they offer you drinks, they offer you food. Some of them, they even run along with you, just to motivate you, just to boost you up. And that is an amazing feel, and holding that tricolor at the end. And this time, one of my fellow runners, he gave me Shivaji Maharaj flag, and he
Yes.
that as you being a Maharashtrian, you should represent Maharashtra. So at the finish line, I was holding Shivaji Maharaj flag. That was really touching and very emotional moment for me, and everybody was screaming and cheering for you. So that was like out of this world. You cannot explain that. You have to feel that.
Yeah. So I totally agree. I mean, for a lot of us, just carrying the Indian flag through the finish line, or itself is a very emotional feeling. And as you mentioned, right, the quality of support through the race is just outstanding, and it is something that one got to experience. Right. So Sonali, you have come there 3 times. I think and I know you will keep coming again. Because we need a female green number as well. We just can't live with male green numbers. Okay, so got to keep that in mind, all of you on the call or not on the call. And it's just a matter of coming there 10 times, not more. Right. So what is your experience, Sonali, and what makes you keep coming again and again?
I would say that Comrades race is not a race. I don't take it as a race. I don't feel it's a race the moment I stand there on the start line. The training is very painful, very difficult, very tough as compared to the run per se. Because the moment you stand there at the start line, you're just waiting for the 5:30 and you enjoy that, the Sholoza song, the Chariots of Fire, and then the cock crowing and that entire atmosphere at Peter
Yeah.
Marisburg. The first 2 times I started from Peter Marisburg, it was a very nice experience, and the moments to cherish always. I can still think of, it all rings in my ears the moment I think about that particular day. And it's a beautiful, and once you start running, it's just that, you put one leg ahead of the other. And at any patch, at any patch, you're not alone there. There are hundreds of runners running around you. So you never feel that you're in a race. You're the only one who's falling back. I'm a slow runner. I'm not a very fast runner. So I'm always in the, finisher medal category. But I never felt, that I'm just falling back of the entire herd, because there's some of the other runners who are always running with you. You run a few meters, then okay, fine. Even if this you're not able to catch up with this group, there's another group. And at any point, you don't feel that you're alone. And there's so much of uh, what can I say, enthusiasm throughout the cheer support and everything, with the people around, that you never feel that it's a race. I feel it's more like a carnival out there. People are cheering
Mm.
out you with their name, and especially Indians get a lot of support, and Indian
Yeah.
females all the more. As even the Shilpa said and Sujata said, they announce your names also. I've heard my name being announced. Here's Sonali coming all the way from India, and Sonali, you have not come here to walk, so they don't even let me take a walk break. Also, they make me run even if I'm feeling tired. So, we look up to you. They'll say Namaste, Ganpati Bappa Moria. I mean, all that, I want to experience it again and again. It's a beautiful experience. And more than that, after the Comrades Marathon, also the next day when you're, walking on the Durban beachfront with your medal, the respect that you get. I
Yeah.
mean, the cops just stand there, they congratulate you. Anybody, the cab driver also comes and congratulates you. It's a very different feeling. At the airport, everybody congratulates you when you're coming back.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful experience. Here we do TMM or we do Vasai Virar, we come back and people keep asking me, कुछ prize मिला क्या? Then we say नहीं, prize नहीं मिला. हाँ, फिर क्या, ठीक है. That's the approach here in India as compared to what's the approach there. There you get a lot of respect and recognition for whatever you have done, not only with amongst Indians but other nationals also. I mean, they also give you a lot of respect, and that's a different experience. And yes, entering the stadium with the flag in your hand, it's an electrifying experience. It's just
Yeah.
brilliant. It's just brilliant.
Completely agree. I mean, right. And I think this is one race where we all tend to participate as a country and not really in our. It's like when you run a New York, you're on your own, smaller groups, very small
Yeah.
groups. You don't even know the people who are running from Bombay also, right? But in case of Comrades, we all come together and
Yeah.
try to at least run as one nation, and which is the effort and endeavor that we got to continue clearly. And yeah, it is, as you girls said, it is a challenging race. But I mean, we all rise up to that challenge, right? The whole history behind the race, the hills, the 5 big ones, and the several small hills, the cutoffs, the challenge of meeting the cutoffs, and then the 12-hour finish with the flag, the support for India. I mean, there are a lot of things that one can keep talking about why this is just such a wonderful race to run. And I always keep saying, right, I made exceedingly good friends when I trained for the first, second, third time for Comrades, right? And those friendships and relationships kind of last forever, because you end up spending, I mean, just imagine, right? We train 1,000 kilometers. You're spending some 5,000 to 7,000 minutes with those fellow runners. It's just crazy. How will you not build a great relationship? Any relationship you give 5,000 minutes, you'll build a great one. And those then stay and last forever. So clearly this conversation brings out the fact that all you women are great runners, far more stronger runners, a lot more capable of than what you show up on the, and it just means that you a lot more of you need to show up on the road to for the world to believe that yes, there is a lot more that you girls can achieve. There is a mental makeup and a temperament that is required, which could be a little different from what a male requires or a male runner requires. But you girls are up there. You girls are up there for the challenge, in a far better position to manage your time, manage your available resources, and still show up for trainings, whether it is at work or at family commitments. And as we all age, right, different challenges in terms of body composition, weight, etc., come up, and hence we all mentioned strength training is exceedingly important.
Yeah.
We got to do strength training. We got to get stronger to just run more efficiently and smoothly. And also the fact that now there are a lot more trainers around, trainers who have run comrades. Ecosystem is far more developed and evolved. So the journey of comrades is relatively simpler. You don't need to discover what to do. You will get ample of what to do. You just need to do. So there is no discovery at best required. We will also, Sujata, Shilpa, and we'll try to do women only exclusive sessions so that you girls can talk whatever you want to talk about, and from your experiences either help others or clearly learn from a doctor of what needs to be done or what can be done. I'll try and schedule that in the near future. And yes, we all love the comrades, and clearly we want more and more runners from India at comrades. 300 is a good number, but for the sheer size of our country is not enough. Clearly not enough. And I'm just hoping that all of you will be there next year, and all of you will get one more female runner, if not more than one, with you next year. Clearly, right? So thank you for doing this. I mean, any last comments from either of you? Otherwise, we'll just close the session.
Sir, I want to add a little
Sure.
bit part of nutrition, please, because
Yes,
we
please
didn't
go
cover the
ahead.
nutrition
We didn't
part.
talk that much. Yes,
Many
I
of people are asking about nutrition. So first of all, just make sure your protein supplements are adequate, because when I started running, I had no idea about my protein intake. And later on, when I was not recovering well, that time I realized that my protein supplements were not adequate. So first thing, just make sure you are having good amount of protein, especially those who are purely vegetarian.
vegetarians.
Apart
Yeah.
from that, especially for girls, your calcium, vitamin D3, that is must. But other than that, even all the multivitamins and minerals, they are equally essential. And adding to that, antioxidants, because when we are running anything more than 10 kilometers, it is going to have a lot of stress, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally also. Just to have a good recovery, you need everything in place. So keep adding supplements, because even though you feel like you are having good and balanced diet, every requirement cannot be fulfilled by diet only. So supplements are essential, that is for sure.
Yes. Yes, Shilpa. Thanks for that. Sonali, Sujata, last comments from you.
Might be one thing, Kashyap, I think it's important to get the right physio also, who will do your gait analysis to understand, which muscle you need to work on. And long runs, definitely, especially because we women don't have too much time for recovery, at least ensure you get your dry needling or coupling or whatever is to be done. Somebody should have the 360-degree knowledge, information, and help. Only then you will be able to run. Otherwise, it'll always result in injury, and then it's a setback for us. So, like what Sonali and Shilpa saying, nutrition, recovery, strength training, and a good physio. I think that plus family support, and success today is just not because of us, it's because of a huge support that we get, good wishes that we get from our friends who are helping us, wishing good for us. I think together only we'll make it. So we need that help and support, and women should seek support. It's okay. You don't be perfect. You can't be perfect. Don't waste your time.
No one can be. No one is.
Yeah.
Yes. Sonali.
Yeah, Kashyap, I would like to add, invest in a good pair of shoes.
Yeah.
For comrades, you will not, you'll need at least 2 to 3 pairs of shoes with the
Very
amount of mileage you'll be doing from Jan to June. So you need good pairs of shoes, and maybe have a good gait analysis, foot analysis, and buy shoe according to that.
Yeah.
Because a wrong shoe can lead to an injury and a lot of other issues. It
Hmm.
can, impact your performance by a lot.
Hmm. No, fair,
Shoes is
wonderful.
an important aspect which we
Of
mostly,
course.
tend to forget, or we overlook it, looking at the cost of the shoe. But it's better to invest in a good pair of
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah.
Yes. Fair, wonderful thoughts, and I think it is a great conversation, which tells us a lot about female runners at ultra distances. And I think there are insights which everyone who's been listening can take away with them and try and build on that, right? I don't say straight away implement, but build on that. It just tells us a lot of small things that are important to be a good and efficient ultra distance runner. And I hope we have inspired a lot more to see at the comrades next year. And good luck to all three of you. Train well, train smart. Not that you girls need that to be told, but hopefully we'll see each other on the road very soon. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Kashyap.
Thank you, Kashyap.
Thanks, Shilpa. Thanks, Sonali.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
Sujata.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Sonali ma'am.
Bye.